Introducing the Atarus Ranger, the simple-to-use, environmentally responsible thermal weed control device, a product of Boral know-how. Since forming in 1946, Boral has grown into one of Australia's largest public companies. With core businesses in building products, construction materials and energy, Boral operates in over 20 countries, employs more than 18,000 people and has annual revenues exceeding $5 billion. Energy is a key growth sector for Boral. Each year we invest considerable resources in researching new technologies and developing new markets. Today, Boral Energy is at the forefront of developing agricultural equipment suitable for the process known as flame cultivation. The use of thermal technology for weeding and cultivation has been used in the US since the 1930s, and more recently so in Europe. Australian development of thermal weeding technologies has been hampered by the relatively low cost of chemicals, a relaxed attitude towards their use, and, until now, a lack of suitably robust equipment. Thermal weed control is an environmentally responsible weed control method. It allows sustainable agriculture to be practiced without potential health risks to the user, the chance of crop damage or residue build-up in the soil. Introducing the Atarus Ranger 3000, a handheld thermal weed control device utilizing twin high-efficiency LP gas burners. The Ranger applies high-temperature flame to the target weed, quickly raising the temperature of the moisture in the plant's cells. The moisture's rapid expansion makes cell walls rupture, preventing nutrients and water from entering the stalk and leaves, causing dieback in most plant species. The Ranger is ideal for use in areas where access is difficult, where chemical use is restricted or undesirable, or when the target plant is a prolific seed bearer or particularly susceptible to flame. The Ranger is suitable for use in agriculture, horticulture, by councils, land care groups or domestic gardeners. Highly versatile, the Ranger can be used for small-scale pre- and post-emergent weeding in crops, clearing weeds in sensitive areas such as water catchments, nature reserves, schools and native bush areas, as well as domestic or commercial settings such as paved areas, fence lines and around buildings. A feature of the Ranger is its piggyback burner system that offers continuous operation for over an hour before the LP gas cylinder needs to be replaced. The Ranger's ergonomic design means ease of use for the operator and allows good mobility over rough terrain. However, as with most weed control methods, care must be taken. For optimal performance and your safety, you must read the operating instructions manual provided. The Atarus Ranger operates on the liquid rather than the gaseous form of liquefied petroleum gas, known here as LP gas. To enable this, Atarus LP gas cylinders are designed to withdraw liquid from the bottom of the cylinder rather than vapor from the top. This makes them suitable only for use with the Ranger. To ensure user safety, only ever use Atarus LP gas cylinders. Never attempt to connect an Atarus LP gas cylinder to any other appliance, nor should you attach the Ranger to any other LP gas cylinder. There are some important safety measures to keep in mind when using LP gas. All LP gas cylinders have safety relief valves, which operate if the cylinder is overheated. To ensure proper operation, the cylinder must remain upright at all times. To reduce the risk of activating the safety relief valve, keep cylinders in the shade, away from heat sources. When using the Ranger, always wear approved personal protection equipment. Safety glasses and clothing of natural fibers or suitable for use near open flame are mandatory. Thermally insulating gloves must be worn when handling hot equipment or connecting and disconnecting the Atarus LP gas cylinder. When preparing to use the Atarus Ranger, first remove it from its storage container along with the cylinder spanner, electronic igniter and harness. Before operating the Ranger, ensure it is in good operational order. The booster burner and main burner's control triggers should both operate freely. The flexible hose and pipework should be damage-free. The steel gauze at the front of the main burner must be intact. The gauze on top of the main burner's air intake must be intact and free of obstruction. If you suspect the Ranger is damaged in any way, bring it to the immediate attention of your supplier. A decision will be made as to whether the Ranger is fit for use. Make sure you have one or more full Atarus LP gas cylinders ready. For your safety, you must examine the cylinder for damage before connecting it to the Ranger. Check that the thread on the cylinder valve is clean and damage-free. The opening into the cylinder valve is clean and free of obstructions. The safety relief valve cap is in place and damage-free. The test date stamped on the cylinder neck ring is less than 10 years ago. If you suspect any damage to the Atarus LP gas cylinder, do not use or refill it until it has been examined at an authorized test station. Only after making these checks can you connect the Atarus LP gas cylinder to the Ranger. The connection should be done outdoors and away from any ignition source. If the cylinder valve outlet has a protective cap, remove it. Stand to the rear of the Ranger. Facing the burners, place the cylinder in the restraining strap, snug against the cradle. Rotate the cylinder until the cylinder valve outlet is pointing towards the 3 o'clock position. To tighten the restraining strap, fold the strap end securely against the Velcro patch and pull the buckle across to lock it against the cylinder. Inspect the connector on the flexible hose for any sign of damage. If damaged, do not connect the cylinder. Attach the connector to the cylinder valve outlet and gently tighten by hand in a counterclockwise direction. Use the cylinder spanner provided to fully tighten. When you're satisfied the connection is gas tight, open the valve 1/4 turn. Check all fittings on the Ranger for gas leaks by brushing or spraying with soapy water. A leak will show up as bubbles in the liquid. After the leak test, close the cylinder valve. If the Ranger is not used immediately after the leak test, purge the system of LP gas by depressing the main burner's control trigger until the sound of gas escaping is no longer heard. Now you're ready to light the Ranger. Only light up in an open area free of combustibles, ignition sources or other potential hazards. Put the harness on and adjust for comfort with the quick release clip near your right hip. Light the Ranger while it is sitting on the ground with the burners in a safe position. Stand next to the Ranger, facing the burners with the cylinder to your right. Slowly turn the cylinder valve handle until fully open. Activate the main burner's control trigger for about 3 seconds, then release. Immediately place the electronic igniter about 2 centimeters in front of the main burner and use it to light the gas. You may need to activate the igniter several times in quick succession. If ignition doesn't occur, repeat the procedure twice before consulting the troubleshooting section in the operating instructions. Once the main burner is lit, attach the Ranger to the harness's quick release clip. Choose the mounting point on the Ranger that provides maximum comfort and control. Start the booster burner as needed by pulling its control trigger upwards. Do not use the booster burner until the main burner has been lit for over 30 seconds. Doing so may produce a yellow-orange flame, requiring you to shut down the Ranger and repeat the light-up procedure. Before using the Ranger, check local, state or federal regulations relating to flame-generating equipment use, especially if fire bans are in force. Be aware of weather conditions, as strong winds may affect light-up or spread flames or hot embers. Use extreme care when walking with the Ranger attached to the harness. Make sure the burners are always pointed toward the ground and under control. Do not operate the Ranger with burners above shoulder height. Each burner on the Ranger operates at over 1000 degrees Celsius. Keep a safe distance from people, combustibles or heat-sensitive material. Under normal conditions, you should only need the main burner. However, the booster burner can be used for extra heat. If the Ranger develops a leak or flame appears on any component, shut down the system immediately by closing the cylinder valve handle. In an emergency, release the Ranger from the harness by pulling the tab on the quick release clip and allow the remaining fuel to burn itself out. Make sure you keep a clear exit path from the work area. For best results, slowly move the flame over the entire plant, or with grass-like plants, keep the flame about 5 centimeters above the ground. In leafy green plants, the Ranger works by heating moisture in the plant until the cell structure ruptures. Burning these plants does not assist the killing process. Burning may be used to manage woody weeds or where fire is required for other purposes. The Ranger generates a consistent, efficient flame from the main and booster burners in normal operating conditions. If you experience any operational difficulties, refer to the troubleshooting section in the operating instructions manual or consult your supplier. As the cylinder runs out, the ferocity of the burners will reduce until extinguishing. Close the cylinder valve and continue to operate the main burner's control trigger until the flame is completely out. To shut down prior to running out of fuel, close the cylinder valve and allow the LP gas to burn off by depressing the main burner's control trigger. You can use the booster burner to speed this up. The burner flame will diminish and go out in under 30 seconds. If the flame does not extinguish within this time, check that the cylinder valve is fully closed. The cylinder should be removed outdoors, away from any ignition source. The Atarus LP gas cylinder must be removed before transporting, storing or refilling. Ensure the cylinder valve is fully closed and the system completely purged. You can now remove the flexible hose from the cylinder valve using the spanner provided. To remove the cylinder, free the loose end of the restraining strap from the Velcro tab and pull the free end of the buckle away from the cylinder. Allow the Ranger's burners to cool before attempting to transport or store it. Return the Ranger to its storage container. Take care not to place combustible items near the hot parts. Ensure the electronic igniter, cylinder spanner and harness, including the quick release clip, are safely stowed in the satchel. The Atarus Ranger is not user serviceable, and any repairs must be undertaken by the supplier. If you have any difficulties using the Ranger, contact your supplier. Thermal weed control provides a safe and environmentally sound alternative to herbicide use. The potential for thermal weed control in Australia is limited only by the availability of effective equipment. The Atarus Ranger and other thermal technologies being developed by Boral Energy are at the forefront of products designed to improve the sustainability of Australian agriculture. For more information about our products and services, visit our website at www.atarus.com.au or call us on 132461 from anywhere in Australia. For effective and environmentally sustainable weed control, simply work smarter with the Atarus Ranger and Boral know-how.